What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Stack Sats Show. Oh my gosh, that's loud. Welcome to the stream. What up, McLovin in the house? Round of applause from the live studio audience for McLovin. Also, Garrett. What up, Garrett? Good to see you in here. Carlos Aramillo. What's up, Carlos? Welcome to the stream. Stacked a bit earlier, below 69,000. Nice. But it's still going down. I have a meeting to so many not be able to. Okay, no worries. All good. Oh my gosh. It's a good day. When Bitcoin drops, it doesn't even faze me anymore, guys. I'm just like, yes, cheap sats, you know? Because I don't know. It's like that. We're doing a $73 buy today on the 100 stacks. You know that. Stack for the ex-wives that doubted you. Let's go. Let's go. That's what's up, Hard Huddle. That is exactly what's up. Yeah. Life-changing wealth, maybe wife-changing wealth, depending on your situation. You never know. Right? Just how it is. So it's just a hard fact. It's just a hard fact of Bitcoin right there, dude. That, it's life or wife-changing wealth, whatever you need to change to make your life good, right? Just like if you have things in your life that are bringing you down, you can have people in your life that are bringing you down, and what's better for you, right? What's better for your mind, for your peace of mind, for your, anyway, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about Bitcoin today. The topic is, there is no second best. Bitcoin or own nothing, okay? Everything you think you own can be taken away from you. Your real estate, your car, your house, your chonies even. If the government wants your stinky pair of chonies, they're going to come and confiscate them from you. There's nothing you can do, okay? When the FBI is knocking at your door, they're going to come and take whatever they want, okay? They have the biggest stick. Whack. They're going to beat you into obedience, right? Well, no matter how big of a stick they got, if you don't give up your seed phrase, they can never confiscate your Bitcoin. Okay, I know it's a little bit off topic from what we normally talk about here, but it's a good thing to highlight, like what other thing can you own? Make a list in the chat. Tell me in the chat. Tell me what cannot be confiscated. Okay, tell me the things you have that cannot be confiscated. I'll wait. Just kidding. It's gonna be a short list. If there's anything on the list at all besides Bitcoin that cannot be confiscated, put a list in the chat. If something comes to mind during the stream, just put it in the chat. Okay, this cannot be confiscated from me. Okay, your gold can be confiscated from me. Your real estate can be confiscated from you. Your car can get repossessed. Right? Your gold, your silver, anything physical. Right? Only thing that can't be confiscated, I might say, like, your thoughts, right? Because they're in your brain and nobody can see your thoughts and they can't confiscate your thoughts. And no matter what somebody does, I mean, they can inflict pain on you, but you still have your thoughts, right? And if you don't want to give up those thoughts, then you don't have to, right? Your beliefs, yeah, that's a good one too. That's a good one, McLovin. Like it's like a thought, right? So anything that's in thought form, a belief, an idea, a list of words, right? A list of words, yeah, your thoughts. A list of words can be in your thoughts, right? A memory. So that's really the only thing they can't get to, right? They'll have you tied down and pumped full of meds, like on the Matrix when they're trying to extract the entry codes from Morpheus. Carlos, that's a really good point too. Skills, right? Your skills and your experience, they can't confiscate that from you, right? So what should you invest in? Skills, right? And Bitcoin, right? Stack sats, stack skills. They're gonna make you more valuable to society, and you can trade your work for income, for stability, for food, for shelter, for whatever. Okay. All right, a little bit weird today, but hey, we do what we can. Let's jump into the first segment of the show that we like to call. What is it? Where'd it go? The SAT strength. Today, the price of Bitcoin is $62.63. Okay, we can buy 1,447 satoshis for a single dollar. It's more satoshis today than we could buy yesterday, but it's still kind of getting lower, right? Getting lower and lower. What is a satoshi? A satoshi is a fraction of a Bitcoin, just like a dollar has 100 cents. A Bitcoin has 100 million satoshis. Okay. If you're new to the stream, it's your first time here, type into the chat first timer, say hello so we can welcome you and give you a shout out. All right. Let's say you're walking down the street minding your own business. You look down, you see a penny, you pick it up, and all the day you'll have 14.49 satoshis. Still, it's better than one satoshi, right? It's better than not being able to get a satoshi for a penny. But it's not as good as it was before, where we're getting 40 satoshis for a penny. And it's just goes to show you that that Bitcoin is gaining purchasing power over the dollar. Okay, that's one of the main highlights we like to highlight here on the show. All right, so now that we know what the strength of Bitcoin is and how many satoshis we can buy for a single dollar, let's get into the next segment of the show that we like to call Why We Stack. This is just a little inspired orange pill section of why we stack. Hopefully this can be cut and it can be listened to individually on its own, and I'll motivate you to even just consider looking at Bitcoin as a way to save your hard-earned income, hard-earned wealth. Round of applause from the live studio audience for J-Dub. What up, J-Dub? Welcome to the stream. Slow and steady stacking sats, saving in Bitcoin. In the example that is this show, we've accumulated almost 0.15 Bitcoin. It sounds like nothing, right? It sounds like nothing. 15 million satoshis. We're so close to 15 million satoshis. But the time and the value that we stored in that 0.15 Bitcoin since the beginning of the show has increased, right? To the tune of 84% based on today's price. Even though the price came down a little bit from 71,000 down to 68,000, 69,000, we're still ahead. So when you see the big dips like this and you think, oh man, the Bitcoin dipped. If I just got it in Bitcoin today and I started buying Bitcoin yesterday and I got it at 71,000 and now I see it at 68, 69,000, you might freak out. Don't freak out. This is a common thing for Bitcoin to do, to go down 5%, 2%, even 10%. It's not a big deal like it is in stocks, right? It's when you see it dip like this, it's an opportunity to buy more satoshis for your dollar, right? So that said, in the span of about 10 months, 11 months, we've seen here on the show 83%, 80%, we'll just round it down and say 80% gains, right? Where else in life are you going to get those kinds of returns? Okay, this is important. Do you think in the last 10 months you would have been able to go to your boss and say, hey boss, I need an 83% raise? You say, get out of here. Right? You think you're kidding, right? Do you think you could get an 83% raise? Right? And let's say you were lucky enough to work, you're such a good worker, and your boss thinks you deserve an 83% raise. Okay? Well, let's say you get the 83% raise today. What does that do for you immediately? It doesn't do anything for you, right? You just got an 83% raise. You got more money, right? But if you still have to work from that point forward from when you got the raise, right? And then you'll be right back into the system of losing value over time, right? That raise doesn't do anything for you if you basically have to start from there, right? You basically have to start from there. Like, well, but what we've done is we've taken some of that salary, some of the hours we already worked, and we set it aside, we put it into Bitcoin, and that has gone up 80%, right? So it's like we give ourselves a raise for the hours we already worked, okay? And we didn't have to ask our boss, we didn't have to ask permission to get a raise, right? And in all likelihood, you probably wouldn't even get an 80% raise. Like, right, who gets an 80% raise, right? They're gonna give you the 3% raise if you've been really good, to tell you that it's just enough to keep up with inflation, because inflation is 2%, right? Are you kidding me? Do you think inflation really is 2%? Get out of here with that, right? It's not 2%, right? If inflation was 2%, we wouldn't be in the prices of things wouldn't be going up so much, right? So when you save in Bitcoin, it's like going back in time and giving yourself a retroactive, continuous raise for the hours you already worked for as long as you can hold that stack. Okay, that represents the hours you worked. Okay, that's it. Super easy. That's why we stack, because we understand now that working is not the way to get ahead. Okay, there's no degree you can get. There's no job you can have. There's no multiple jobs you can have. You can work 2 jobs and an Uber on the side, and you're not going to beat the printer. You're not going to beat the rate at which money is issued via printing, via aid to other countries, subsidies to our countries, to our country. Whatever side you're on, if you're Republican or Democrat, whatever you want to blame the other guy for, right? They're blaming you and you blaming them for some kind of expenditure, right? Some guys are saying, well, you're giving all this aid to people that don't deserve it because they're illegals, right? And some people are saying, well, you're giving all this aid to people that don't deserve it because they're a corporation, and why should corporations get tax breaks, right? It doesn't matter what side you're on. What matters is that both sides, right, are spending money that they don't have. They're making it out of thin air, and they're keeping you guys busy fighting each other. They're saying, hey, look, it's the Democrats doing that shit. Oops, sorry, guys, I cursed. It's the Republicans doing that stuff, right? And instead, it's like a smoke and mirrors, right? It's like they keep you busy arguing with each other about what political party is in the right and what political party is in the wrong, so that you don't notice that they're pickpocketing you, right? You don't notice that inflation is keeping you poor, and they're keeping you busy with work more, work harder, because if you can't succeed in life, it's your fault. It's your fault you can't succeed in life because you're dumb, you didn't work hard enough, you didn't go to school, you didn't do this and that, right? But the truth is, you can't succeed even if you did all the right things. Even if you did go to like an Ivy League school and did all the right things and got an excellent job, you'll be ahead for a little bit. You'll have a good head start. But in the end, you're still going to lose. You're going to own nothing, right? That's why we Bitcoin. Okay? So I'm on one today, guys, because I see all of the back and forth and the finger pointing and the blaming, and all that stuff doesn't matter, guys. In the end, what matters is that you keep your stack. You have custody of your stack, and you can watch all of the politics and all of the stuff happening. It's fine if that's like your entertainment, right? But don't let them manipulate you into getting into the fight, right? Because there's no fight there, right? They're both are working for the same team. They're working for Team Money Printer. They're fighting. You know what they're really fighting over? They're not fighting over whether they're gonna print the dollar into oblivion. They're fighting over who gets to point the money printer at their friends and constituents, or not even constituents, to the people that help them get into office, right? They're fighting over who gets to point. They're fighting over who gets closest to the money printer. They're fighting over who sets the rules for who gets the money fresh off the money printer. That's what they're fighting for. That's what they're fighting over. Okay, they're fighting for the corporations or for the people that fund them to run for election to get access to the money printer, right? And in the end, you lose, right? Because no matter how hard you work, you can't outrun the money printer. And we started this show back when the debt was under 30, I think it was 33 trillion, right? I wish we would have checked this every day since we started the show. But 10 months ago, 11 months ago, when we started the show, the national debt was under 33, or it was in the, I think it was in $33 trillion or 32 trillion. I can't remember. I have to look back and see if I can find it. But now we're almost at $35 trillion, right? We've gone from 34 trillion to over 34.5 trillion in under a quarter, right? In 3 months or something crazy like that, right? What hope does that give you to see that they're spending your yearly salary, and the national average salary is supposed to be like 50,000 or something like that? 50,000 a year is what is the average salary for, I guess, Americans, right? Look at, there goes someone's salary, there goes someone's salary, there goes someone's salary, there goes someone's salary, there goes another person's salary, there goes another person's salary, right? And as this money supply increases, the value, the purchasing power of your dollar goes down, and you, in essence, become poorer, and you're getting basically robbed blindly, daily. If we were looking at the dollar as a crypto coin, as a poop coin, this would be like the worst poop coin ever, because it's constantly increasing in supply, so they're constantly rugging you. The dollar is a constant rug pull. Okay? Yeah, you work for that dollar, and we'll print that dollar, and we'll be okay, right? Here's what you do. And this is not financial advice. It's just a guy on the internet talking about Bitcoin and showing you what I've been doing for the past 10 months, okay? I take a little of the value I earn through my regular job or selling stuff that I don't need, and I set a little bit of that value aside instead of going for the immediate gratification of a delicious Starbucks coffee, of buying something on Amazon that I don't really need. I stack it, I set it aside, and I save it, right? And slow and steady, that little savings of $5 a day, $10 a day, $20 a day has added up. If I would have saved that money in cash, I would have $5,600. But since I saved it in Bitcoin, I now have the equivalent value to $10,000, right? It's almost doubled my money without having to do anything extra. I didn't have to go get another job. It was just money that I redirected into my savings, right? And I consider this my long-term savings, right? DCA is, yeah, Garrett is right. DCA equals a good retirement. DCA, dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, it might be the only way you get to retire, right? Because think about it, at the current rate of inflation, which is closer to 10%, you lose the purchasing power of your savings. You lose about half of the purchasing power of your savings in about 6 years if it's a 10%, if the real rate of inflation is 10%. So if you think you need $1 million to retire, right? You save that $1 million, and in 5 years, that $1 million only buys you what $500,000 used to buy you, right? It's wild. It's wild. So the only way to stay ahead, that's why people have to work so much later in life. That's why people have to like not retire after all, right? Or come out of retirement because they thought they had enough money saved up, and now they don't. And what can you do? You're still alive. You got to just work, right? So you got to eat, and it's a sad situation. Okay. It's a sad situation, but all right. Anyway, that's why we stack. If you're new here and you want to learn about Bitcoin, hang out, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button if you will. I'm here and I'm trying to explain Bitcoin every day, Monday through Friday, 12:30 p.m., 3:30 Eastern, in a way that is easy, in a way that is palatable for somebody that's new to Bitcoin. I don't do all of the Bitcoin toxic maximalism stuff, even though I love it and it's right and I think it's correct. I try to water it down so that if you're new to it, you kind of understand the concepts of why we need to save in Bitcoin, how the dollar steals from you, and if you're saving in Bitcoin, why and how you need to take that off of the exchange and custody your own sats. Okay. All right. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. I know you guys have heard this 100 times, but in case someone new is watching, I want to make sure that we say that every episode. All right. Now let's get into the practical example here. Okay. What do you mean all this saving stuff? What are you talking about? Let's talk about it. So here on the show, we don't only talk about saving in Bitcoin. We actually do it every day live. We buy Bitcoin, we save it, we track it, and I make the sheets available for you to look at. You can look at my tracking sheets and validate that I'm not messing around. I'm not kidding. I'm actually doing the purchases. I do the purchases live during the show. So I mean, all of the purchases on this tracking sheet, with the exception of maybe 5 or 6, have a video episode in this channel that is associated with that purchase. Okay. All right, let's get into the stack recap, guys. It's time for the stack recap. All right, here we go. Like I'm saying, we don't only talk about stacking sats, we stack it every Monday through Friday. Okay. All right, so here it is. We started stacking back in May 22nd, 2023 at $5 a day. We moved it up to $10 a day, and then we even did $20 a day. We're doing $20 a day now. Okay. Our average buy is about 38,000, and the current price of Bitcoin is 68,000. Okay, so we're up about 60. We're up about 83%. But don't think that this is a thing where we're gonna hold Bitcoin and then sell it for 83% more melting ice cubes. No, this is just a way for you to understand that if we wanted to buy the same amount of Bitcoins today with today's weaker dollars, it would cost us a lot more weaker dollars to buy the same amount of Satoshis, right? That shows you that the purchasing power of the dollar is losing against Bitcoin, okay? If you see this number, you might think to yourself, holy smokes, I don't have $5,000 to invest into Bitcoin. And I know you started with $5 a day, but it still looks overwhelming. I don't think I can do it. Well, we started over in 2024. In 2024, we started over our tracking. We have a separate tracking sheet for 2024, and then a overall tracking sheet, which is a StackSats show stack. And this is to get you motivated. If you just came onto the scene, you're just trying to figure out Bitcoin, we've only been stacking for about 3 months so far in 2024, right? So in 2024, at about $20 a day, not counting weekends, we've been able to accumulate about $2,000. We've invested $2,127 into our stack, and we have now in our possession 4.2 million Satoshis. That's 0.04 Bitcoin. I know it sounds like nothing, but it's something. It's something for sure. Okay, that amount of Satoshis, if we were to go and try to buy the same amount of Satoshis today with today's weaker dollars, it would cost us 37.52% more dollars. Okay, and that's just to show you that, again, the dollar is losing purchasing power against Bitcoin. And if the trend continues, this is just in 3 months, guys. What could give you a 37% return in 3 months? I don't even think you could convince your boss to give you a 37% raise. Okay, that's a big jump. Okay, like you might get a 37% raise on your salary if you go to a different company and have to negotiate a better salary, maybe, right? But what are the odds of somebody giving you a 37% raise, right? And on top of that, like we said earlier, that raise takes effect on that day you get the raise. You can't go back in time and give yourself a perpetual retroactive raise for the hours you already worked, right? And that's what Bitcoin gives you. All right, moving on. I get into it, guys. I know I get into it. All right. Now that we know what the stack situation is, today in 2024, our average buy price is $54,000. The price of Bitcoin is above that. So today we're only going to buy $20 worth of Bitcoin. Okay. And let's talk about the next thing we're doing. We don't only stack regularly Monday through Friday. We're also doing a 100 stacks challenge. What the heck is a 100 stacks challenge? It's my version of the 100 envelopes challenge that they have going on TikTok all the time, where people save up they save cash. They actually stuff dollars into envelopes. They number of 1 through 100 envelopes, and they put that number of dollars into those envelopes for 100 days. It takes them 3 months and 10 days to save $5,050, right? But they don't know that by the time they've saved those $5,050, right? If we looked at that example today, based on our numbers from just 2024, if you started doing that 100 envelopes challenge, yes, you would have $5,500, right? But those $550, those $550 that you saved would be 37% weaker than if you had just saved that money in Bitcoin, right? So we're actually doing a challenge. I'm doing the challenge. You guys feel free to join in if you want. I'm doing the challenge where I take that same idea, and instead of saving cash in envelopes like a Neanderthal, I was kidding. Sorry, guys. I'm saving sats per day. So same routine. You have 100 lines, okay? Since my exchange's minimum purchase is $10, I can't do a $1 envelope. I can't do a $2 envelope. I have to do $10 on each one, right? But after that, on envelope 11, I could do $11. I could do $12 that day. I could do $14 that day. Or on the other end, you could do $100 on a day, $95 on that day, right? It's up to you. Whatever you feel comfortable with that particular day. The challenge is, though, to stack every day for 100 consecutive days. And so you guys get to decide today if I should stack the $10 line today or the $76 line today. Okay, we'll put a thread up there once we get that first purchase done. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it up now. No, I'll put it up later. Okay, so now I'm gonna put it up now. Sorry to go back and forth, guys. I'm gonna put it up now so we have it. So 100 stacks amount. Today, do you think we should stack a $10 stack since the price is a little bit down, or a, what was it, 76, or a $76 stack? And in this challenge, guys, it goes through the weekend, so you have to stack on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, it's just 100 continuous days. It'll take you 100 days, 3 months and 10 days and it'll cost you about $5,095, right? You'll end up investing $5,095. Thanks, Garrett, for the math. And once you have $5,095 in the span of those 3 months, since you're saving it in Bitcoin, it'll probably be worth more than that once you've accumulated it, because the dollar's inflating, right? Okay, that's the oh, nice job, McLovin. I'm glad you made it home safe. El Somer, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you in here. Round of applause from the live studio audience for El Somer, and round of applause for McLovin for driving safely, getting home. BTC Backpacker in the house. J-Dub in the house. Leonard, what up, Leonard? Making sure everybody's good. All right, I hope everybody's having a good day. Oh, Chris Flint in the house. What up, Chris? Welcome. Yeah, orange versus green. Exactly, Chris. I'm glad you're in here. All right, so here we go. I see 10 concurrent viewers. Let's go, baby. 10 concurrent viewers. Do me a favor, hit that like button, boys, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button so we can get some more people in here and tell them about the signal. Tell them about the orange truth, the orange future. Okay, so those are the purchases we're gonna do today. And now there's only, I guess, one thing left to do, right? And that is, it's time to stack some mother loving sats. All right, so our first purchase is gonna be for $20. $20 for the normal Stack Sats Show DCA. $20. I'm gonna get a preview going over here. Boom. Take my screenshot. Boom. Bam. Okay. Screenshot acquired. Oh, it changed, dude. Come on. It changed on me last second. Screenshot again. Oh my gosh. All right, and I'm coming back to do the actual purchase. Here we go. Drum roll, please. Whoa. That was weird. $20 worth of Bitcoin going out. See how long it takes. While that's going on, make sure you vote if we do the $100, sorry, the $76 stack or the $10 stack for today's 100 stack challenge. And there it is, just like that. We have accumulated some Bitcoin for our regular stack of the show. While that clears, I'm going to go to the spreadsheet and add the data so that it gives us some time for the next transaction to queue up. Okay. And as you guys know, once we start stacking, once we make our first buy, we put on the music because it's chill. You stack, you buy Bitcoin, you take custody of your Bitcoin and you hold it. That's all you got to do. You don't got to do anything extra. Okay. Just buy Bitcoin, take it off the exchange into self-custody, and enjoy your life. Figure out other ways to get more value so you can buy more Bitcoin and retire sooner. Okay? And then you might have to sit there and think to yourself, oh my God, I might actually be able to retire soon. Oh, what do I want to do now that I don't have to work? Oh, where do I want to live? Oh, isn't that amazing? It's just a crazy concept that you would have that option, right? Yeah, it's just wild. It's just wild that's a real thing you can have. It's a real option. Retiring early. It's amazing. Okay. 69,216 is what we bought at. We bought $20 worth and the yield was 0.0002866, and that is 28,606 satoshis. Does that get us? Well, let's see what our stack is for 2024. First, let me copy this. Okay, our stack for just 2024 is now 4.2 million satoshis. Very nice. And now let's put that data into our main sheet. Let's see. Does it get us to 15 million satoshis? Let's see. Bam. Okay. 28,606 satoshis going into our main show stack for the cumulative stack for the whole span of the whole show. And the total is, yes, 15 million satoshis. We have a new what is it called? A new milestone in the show. We've accumulated 0.15 satoshis. It sounds, 0.15 Bitcoin. It sounds like nothing, right? But 0.15 Bitcoin is more Bitcoin than most people have in the world. Okay? And it is a modest stack. Okay? And if you're stacking with us, if you started stacking with us since the beginning, you're up 83%. Right? Just like you just can't deny that. It's there. It's in black and white right there. Okay? So the journey continues. The stacking journey doesn't end, right? Put on your laser eyes, figure out what the best thing is for you to invest your money in, and audit yourself. Audit everything you spend money on and ask yourself, should I buy this thing? Should I go on this experience? Is this experience worth more to me than buying the equivalent sats, right? And it might be. It's an awesome experience. Go for it. You know, it's you. It's life. You got to do life, right? But most of the time, the stuff we think we need is stuff we just want, and it's really not stuff we want because we really, really want it. Most of the time, it's because we've been influenced to get it, right? Like I don't know. It's just a different feel. Once you start to understand the value of a single Satoshi, you'll start to really audit what you spend your money on and ask yourself, is this worth the Satoshis, right? Is it worth me spending this money that I could spend on Satoshis instead of this thing? Okay. Bitcoin is the best retirement plan in my opinion, says McLovin. I think you're right, McLovin. We are not financial advisors in here. Nobody in the chat or myself are financial advisors. We're just here to present information, and it's your job, it's your responsibility to not listen to people on the internet, but explore the ideas, right? What if we're right, right? What if we're wrong? Nobody can be right. Nobody can be 100% sure, right? But so far we've been pretty right. So far we've been pretty right. Since the beginning of the show, and I don't have any kind of special training. I'm not a genius, guys. I'm just lucky because I got in while Bitcoin is going up, right? But there's gonna be a time when Bitcoin comes down, but it might be down from its new all-time high, which probably still won't be as low as today, right? So this all-time high could be a distant memory, right? Just like 10 years from now, maybe Bitcoin was like in the 2000s, right? I'm even 100% accurate there, but do you think it'll ever go down to 2000? Like, imagine. I don't think it'll ever get to 2000, right? Well, 10 years from now, when people are dealing with maybe Bitcoin in the hundreds of thousands, or maybe in the million, right? They're gonna say, "Oh man, do you imagine what it would be like to buy Bitcoin when it was tens of thousands, like it is today, right? Like when it was thousands. Imagine what it would be like for us now, 10 years later, to buy Bitcoin when it was thousands of dollars, right? And imagine what it was like for people that bought Bitcoin when it was hundreds of dollars, right? And it's all like all of that happened in the last 15 years. Okay, I'm not talking about a timeline where you're waiting for 100 years for Bitcoin to become $1 million or something like that, right? No, like think about it. It went from like nothing to whatever it's at now, $69,000 in 15 years, right? Nothing has performed that well in the history of any kind of financial assets that I know of. If I'm wrong, let me know in the chat. I'm okay. I'm okay with facts here. Okay, if you can prove it with facts, I'm all for it. I'm all ears. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to buying stuff. Let's go back to buy some more Bitcoin. All right. So the people. Oh my God, the people have spoken 100%. Let's go. Everybody agrees that today for the 100 stacks challenge, we should purchase the $74 line. So that's what we'll be doing today. Just like that, $74. We're adding that to the, no, I'm sorry, $76 line, $76 line. We're adding that to the stack. Okay, here's what we're doing. This is the list of the 100 lines, the 100 stacks. If you want to audit my list, or you want to take a template of this list, here's a link in the chat, and you can start your 100 stacks challenge. And today we're gonna buy the $76 line, and we're doing that right now. Let me get it queued up over here. Buy. There it is. $76 today. A $76 stack. Let me get this preview, guys. Oops. Preview this buy for my notes. All right, here we go. We're going back into the browser. Cut the music. We're going. $76 purchase for the 100 stacks challenge. Coming in hot. Come on. It's happening. Okay, more drums. I think it went, but there it is. Stacking like a stackopath. That's right, McLovin. We got to stack while the stacking is good. And just like that, turn up the music again. Turn up the music. All right. So now, God, this is wild. We update our spreadsheet. Okay. Oh, today's 9. 4, 9, 24. We bought at 69,262. $76. 0.00108646 Bitcoin. Or you can also say 1,008,646 Satoshis in the house. Woo! It feels good to stack then chill. It does. It does. It's like I don't know, guys. It does change you guys. Like once you realize that there is a way to become more wealthy. Like honestly, I am better off financially in the past 2 years than I've been my whole life, because you gotta stack. Simple, right? Like it's not complicated. It's like I'm not a smart guy. I'm just a regular dude. Just a regular dude. Just a regular 80 IQ stackopath. There you Carlos. Carlos gets it, dude. Carlos gets it, dude. It's my happy place. The instant buy button. I love it. It's true, dude. Like I'm telling you, yeah. When you get mad at the politicians, do a little stack. Yeah. Do a little stack. That's all it is. Yeah, you'll feel better. And it'll be and you're doing more for that cause or against the cause, whatever you feel like, when you stack than when you vote, actually, right? Because you're defunding that. When you take your hard-earned wealth and get it outside of the dollar system, you're defunding the state from using that wealth in any way they want, right? Oh, yeah, McLevin's right. Carlos is 100%. It's how we vote for a better monetary system. Let's go. Let's go, guys. I love having you guys in here because I provide the orange Kool-Aid and you guys provide the orange Kool-Aid right back. Let's go. Let's go. The most bullish chat in the history of chats. Right? We're gonna be the most percentage gained chat in the history of chats. Right? If you've been stacking with us since the beginning, you are definitely in the positive. And you guys get to be the examples of what happens when you just stack, take custody, chill. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. All right, boys. I'll be back tomorrow for another episode of the Stack Sats Show, where we will once again stack sats like stackopaths. But until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, have a great day, and make sure you remember that if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. Bye, guys.
Thank you.